Hello and welcome to the channel. It's your Uncle Spark, and had a little bit late to this, but it was good that we finally have a series now. With the NBA Finals, it looked like it was gonna be a one-way traffic with the Knicks sweeping, and as much as I like my New Yorkers, it wasn't going to be an exciting series if Knicks had won Game 3. So it was great to see that we have a series now with the Spurs taking Game 3, and now we shift to Game 4 with jeopardy. Because now whoever wins Games 4 kind of sets the momentum for the series. If the Knicks win it, series done. If Spurs win it, series is back on you know is back on track in terms of competitiveness. So yeah, it's exciting. That was a good game. And I just want to just do a little bit of analysis on the stats of what we saw and what could we can take from that in terms of go forward in the series and a pivotal Game 4 coming up. So we all know the Knicks had a historic win streak heading into this game. Like I said, probably the best winning streak in the playoffs ever, and it took a lot for the Spurs to take over that game because even at halftime the Spurs were down, which at that point I thought, oh, okay, the Knicks are winning this game because with all the momentum of coming back, and it's the Garden, the excitement, the president in the house, and all those other things. So many factors as to why the Knicks should have won that game. The whole city was a buzz. But yeah, it was their first finals since 1999. It was a lot. And it was amazing that this young Spurs team, the one thing they had not done this series is execute down the stretch. They had failed to do that in two straight games, and that's why they dropped both games at home. But they pulled it out, man. It was a good, good, um, showing of the medal. A little bit of growing up there, but Victor, Wanyama, Wemby, and Fox kind of carried the offense down the stretch and got it done. So that was pretty cool to see. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see that in the game. So we all know how these teams are here where they are. Um, the Spurs, I mean the Knicks had a straightforward path after the Atlanta series. And um, the the Spurs had to fight and claw through the Western Conference, especially after round one. So especially that Thunder game was really tough. I mean, we all thought it was going to win that game 7, but they pulled it off. So yeah, Spurs are here. So game 3 was very interesting. Like I said, the Spurs started off strong. Then the Knicks kind of took over in the second quarter with his franchise record second quarter offensively, and Spurs looked like they were in trouble. And then the third quarter, the Spurs, took the third quarter by outscoring them by 1. And then the fourth quarter, the Spurs took the fourth quarter with very good defensive. I think defensively they executed really well. I think that was where the Spurs turned up this game because in the fourth quarter there was a period of the game where both teams were missing shots. It was tough to make shots and back and forth. And I think Castle made that banker three, and it was a lot of tough shots. But defensively, I think the Spurs did a good job there. I mean, both stars had big games. I mean, the Wemby had a good game all around. John Brunson does what he does. So I think both stars had a good game, but Wemby had it looked like more efficient game. He covered more metrics as opposed to Brunson, but that's normal. We know what they do. So good games from both stars. Novi had a really good game. He shot really well, in the second quarter especially. And Stefan Castle, he had that block, he had that dagger three, and this free throws with 6.8 seconds to go. So he had a really big game in terms of helping out Wemby because Wemby needed that support, and Fox had that big shot. Castle made some big plays, and Wemby, was the anchor, and that's why the Spurs were able to pull out that game victory. Yeah, I mean, that one play where um, Towns was in the paint and it looked like he had a free layup, and Fox blocked shot, and I think also Castle came in and Castle and Fox kind of defensively stopped him from scoring. That was big, and those were the kind of plays that helped the Spurs win that game, like defensively. So good on them. Yeah, I mean that. So the series has kind of gone the way we've kind of seen since game one. Really, Knicks have done a good job of the glass. They take the rebound and victory, and they did that in game three. But the Spurs were able to um, basically overcome that with efficiency in shooting and and high number of assists and points of turnover. So, these three categories, usually the one who wins two out of three controls the game, and the Spurs were able to win two out of three and got it done. Um, there was a lot of fouls called for the Spurs, and some people might look at that and say, hey, the Knicks are at home, they should get the foul calls. But um, I mean, the ref called the game, and in this game he called Spurs got a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws. Yeah, I mean, like we said, the Spurs this game they really turned up a defense, especially in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, and that's what led them to victory. So they kind of stopped the Knicks offensively in the fourth quarter, and their bench did a good job of coming in and helping out. So overall, it was good for them, and yeah, I mean, it looks like the one adjustment from Spurs is that they targeted Landry Shamet, um, and tried to get into him defensively and target him offensively, and it seemed to work out for them. So yeah, I mean, it's good as a neutral, right? It's good for the series that the Spurs won Game Three, so it gives an air of competitive and a possibility that it's not over yet. Because if the Knicks had won Game Three, the series should have been over. So that is a good thing. But the the Knicks are still in the driving position, right? They're home and all they have to do is win Game Four. They win Game Four, the series is over. So the Knicks, just have to get back to what they were doing. Um, Lock in defensively a little bit in the fourth quarter and offensively try to execute better. For the Spurs, I mean, they've done this a couple of times where in game one they kind of did this and in the fourth quarter kind of fell away. In game two they were up in the fourth quarter and then let it slip away. So they just have to do what they've been doing, but execute better down the stretch. Just that final 2 3 minutes, you know, avoid careless turnovers. Um, you know, play smart, um, and defensively lock in. And if they do those things, they have a good chance to win Game Four and even up a series. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, they're fighting against history now because no team has ever lost the first two games of finals and won it. So that's going to be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, I'm excited to see Game Four, see what happens. Are the Knicks going to effectively end the series, or are the Spurs going to bring it back to two? I can't wait for Game Four. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today's content. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, feel free to comment if you have anything you want us to say about the game. And yeah, don't hesitate to like, subscribe. And that's all I have for you. I'll be back with coverage on Game 4. And remember, Jesus loves you.